Okay, Vaulty, if you can hear my voice, I am just gonna make a thing, a coloring tutorial. And I'm not the best guy to go for this because I'm bad at drawing in general. But here's how I learned coloring. First, you draw a face. I'm using the pen tool because it's a pen tool. So this is a circle, not really. These are eyes, and this is his smile. Now, normally what people do is they have like 1,000 different layers, and for good reason. Because what it does is it separates things. So like you can have this stupid bow on this guy's head. Oh wait, no, I should. Crap. Okay, yeah, no. You make a new layer, and then you create the stupid bow. Look, he looks pretty, right? So now you have one layer for the bow, which you can turn off at any time. And you got one layer for the face, which you can turn off at any time. And what it helps with is coloring. Makes it much more easier. Separates everything. So you can even draw the body, like this is his body. Give him some neck muscles, and like see? That's his body. Looks weird, but it's a body. Oh crap, I was supposed to do it. Okay, yeah, so look how everything's saved on one layer, right? Normally, you're supposed to make different layers for things, or you do what's comfortable for you. I don't. I paint everything in one layer. Like, if you look see this picture over here, it's all done in one layer, and this is good and bad. For me, it's good because I can just like blend everything all at once. The bad side is, well, when time comes to add detail to this, like put some details over here, I'm going to find a way to work around every single thing. When maybe if I made a layer for this light bulb, I can just make that disappear and then paint everything in the back. It would have saved me a lot more time in that regard, but I'm an idiot, so I don't do that. Anyway, now when you're coloring, generally what you do is make a new layer and you set it to multiply. With multiply, you can pretty much just take the pen tool and just color, right? And everything that was on a previous layer would just go right through, right? So it's easier. If you were to paint on the same layer as a line art over here, this is what happens. And you don't want that to happen. Oh crap, no, Anyway, so as I was saying earlier, a lot of people, when the way they paint, is they paint the darker color before, right? So this can be considered his shadows, but it's all over the place. Painting it this way makes it easier when it comes to putting the lighting. So this is the shadow, and then I'll set this to a lighter color, and then paint it, right? Like here's a better example. This is his neck over here, and you just paint that. That's the neck shadow his chin may probably have. And you pick a lighter color, and because there's nothing anatomical about this face, I can just paint like this. And you can see the difference, right? There's shadow beneath. We can pretend that there's light coming from this side over here, so we can use this tool over here, to pick colors. See that? See this thing on the side over here? See I'm picking different colors? Makes it easy, right? It's crazy. Crazy. Anyway. So we know light's coming from here. This is like really basic stuff too. You'll learn a lot more through experience. So don't worry about being like really good right away. But it's like this, right? And then you can just go create further with it. You can just like some over here. Wow, looks like his eyes are kind of 3D, whatever. Oh crap, no. So it's like this, like this. See that? It's insane. And then you can make a new multiply layer and paint the bow. So he has a blue bow, right? We're just gonna paint that. Actually, let's tell you what I was. Let's stick with the lesson. Make the bow dark. A lot of artists do that. I like to do that too sometimes, but my color choices in general are really bad, so I try to stay away from coloring in this method beforehand. And you pick the lighter color, and yeah. I'm sure you can understand why I'm painting in dark color first now, after seeing this. It just makes it easier to come up to like place shadows and see exactly where the light would hit. Right? So it's something like this. And because I've made like 4 different layers, you can turn off these layers anytime and edit. Now, the way I paint is, let's just delete the layers first. So I have this color here first. I'm gonna merge everything in one layer. So I have this color here first. I'll make a new layer and set that layer to multiply. I'll pick a dark color, right? This will be considered, this makes lighting easier for me. So it works the same way. We're just gonna color this all grayish. Make sure you do what your kindergartner teacher told you to do. Stay in the lines, not like me, who doesn't stay in the lines. Paint this stupid bow. This guy wears bow for some reason. I don't know why. Nerd. One plays Final Fantasy 14. Right? So now you got this grayish dude, and it'll take a different hue of gray, like maybe a lighter one. Color that over here, because you know lighting might go hit one over here. And obviously this is like a really bad example for shading because there's generally more gray present. So I know I'll take a darker shade. I'll click on the side over here with this tool. You should also, you normally have a button on your pen that allows you to click certain, like, pick colors, which you already see on the screen. So, okay, that's too dark. And then add this hue over here, add this hue over here, add this hue at the bottom over here. So now this guy's got super weird neck. And then maybe go lighter over here. Oh crap, I can't even different, that's a different color. Right? Add some colors here. And then what I would do is I would merge them into one layer. And here's where I pull out my square brush, my favorite brush, that one I hate. You see the effect it gives, right? It blends really well, it has a nice effect. So you're mostly just like picking colors from your pen and just like blending it all together. It's not a great style, it's not really efficient, but it's what I do. Anyway, in this picture, there's no real reason to blend like crazy right now. So we're just going to use like blur. It's a commonly used brush in other programs. See how it blurs here too. Too much. And then we go back over this, adding more stronger brush strokes, making this stick out a little bit more. You don't want to blur too much. Oh crap! Why did that happen? Press the wrong keys. Anyway, you get the point. So what I would do from here on is I'll make another layer, set that to multiply. To multiply, we can add colors now, right? So because I have all this shading at the bottom, I can just pick one layer, one color over here, and pick the pen tool. You see that? That's crazy, right? Notice the different hues values from here and here, different values. This makes it easier for me to figure out like the values first, and then I can pick and choose the colors better. Because now I'm not worrying about which color I'm supposed to use. I can just take one color and go over it. And like without this whole hue value stuff in the background, you can this color actually looks like this. Well, actually, whatever. But yeah, you get the point. I don't know what art looks like, but I'm assuming this is what he may look like. So that's some stuff. Blue bow. You know what? Yeah, let's call this guy Ard. It's Ard. We're drawing Ard. I swear to God, if I'm not recording this, I'm gonna be pretty upset. After all that. Anyway. And then what I do is, like the madman that I am, I merge everything in one layer. And from here, I can pretty much define shapes. Oh, what the fuck? Define shapes with my square brush even more. This is what I do. You can. I recommend using the first method I showed you. It works out better. This kind of skill that I've developed over the years, and like I said, it's not 100% efficient. You can make the colors lighter over here. Something like that. But yeah, it's more or less a coloring tutorial. Like, oh, you know what? Here's a good example. Let's save this picture, so I can go back at it. Now, the whole multiply method I showed you, you can set this new layer to multiply, and we know she's gonna have a face, like a different skin color. So we're just gonna go here and take our pen tool. I would use a brush, a square brush myself, but for the sake of the example, we're using the pen tool. Okay, square brush, so here's a specialized brush. You know, that arm mechanic. So you see how everything has like different value over here, where skin is brighter over here, but not as bright over here. Yeah, that's kind of the effect I'm trying to go for. Now you may think that okay, this color is a bit too dark, even though you picked the lightest color over here. That is for reasons. The first reason being, yeah, I painted the black and white part really dark, and secondly, this is how generally things show up. But if I were to set multiply to, say, overlay, look how much lighter this looks, and much better, right? This method itself is called grayscaling painting. You're just coloring grayscale painting over here. But it looks much nicer. Like, here, look at her face. So you see the kind of effect I'm trying to go for. Now, personally, after you're done painting everything, it still may not look the way you may want it to look color-wise. So you have this cheat thing called the hue and saturation and the brightness and contrast thing. So you click over this over here. Oh crap! Click this over here, and I can increase the strength of the color or decrease the strength, and increase its brightness and decrease its brightness, and show how deep it can be in color-wise. Or we can go over here and then just like play around with the hue, with how it looks, and its saturation, and how bright it is. It can be. And obviously, if you merge the layer, the entire layer now faces this. So that is like one benefit of having different layers. So you don't like mess around with the entire painting. Because now if I want to make her skin a different color, well, it's going to affect the entire painting, right? If I want to increase the contrast, it will affect the entire painting. It's a cool effect. Anyway, so yeah, I'm just going to close this right now. That is the end of my trash tier tutorial. Hopefully you learned something from it. If you didn't, then that just shows how bad of a teacher that I am. Thank you for watching.